We did send out a letter talking about this integration, but I just wanted to give you a little background into what led up to this decision. So as many of you know, the SBC has long been a part of the Chamber legally, but for many years we operated separately for events that happened long ago. Over the last year, our board has really taken a fresh look at that and decided that the time was right to take a fresh perspective. Our goal is to build upon the legacy events of the SBC and build upon the strengths of the Chamber to make it better for all of our members. Our board remains in place as it always has, and we're just going to be working closer with the Chamber staff to make the member experience better for everybody. So I'll get into the details a little bit. What does it mean for you, our SBC members? So all of our events that we've historically done are going to continue on as they are today. I'll just briefly talk about them today because we're proud of them. Our boot camps, it's our educational series. The Chamber has a similar program, so that's one of the areas where we're going to work together on setting up speakers, topics, and events. So some definite integration will happen with that program. Business Person of the Year. We're going to be working closer with Susan George and her team to make that event run better than it has in the past. No slate on our team right now, but we're really excited about what Susan's team can bring to that event. And speaking of the Business Person of the Year, we're making a few changes there. Historically, that event has been in the fall, and we're going to shift it up a little bit and move that event to May. So this year, there will not be a Business Person of the Year award in October, and we're moving it to the following May. We've already started planning for that, so we're excited about that, and we encourage everybody to attend it next May. Our summer networking event at Oak Hill, that's been a great success. We've had that 2 or 3 years now. It's a beautiful venue, great networking opportunity, so that's going to continue on like it has before. Our golf tournament, it's another networking opportunity with a give back component that's been carried on for many years and that will continue to do so. In that event, in addition to the networking, we award 3 area college students who are studying business scholarship awards. So we're really proud of that. We're going to continue that tradition and build upon it with the help of the Chamber. SBC Cares. I really enjoyed this program. It's definitely one of my favorites of the SBC. I chaired it for a couple years myself. I'm really proud of that event. Many of you probably know what we do there, but the newest part of the SBC Cares is our backpack give back. That's been going on about 4 years now. And last year we gave over 1,100 backpacks to needy families in the city. Really proud of that. Going to build upon that and make it better than it has been. Our Thanksgiving food box appeal, another long-standing tradition of the Small Business Council. We're going to continue that. 3,900 food boxes were donated into the community last year. So I see those events continuing and getting better, and really thank everybody for their participation in the past. So, as you've heard from me now, our events are going to continue, and we only see them getting better for our members. So let's talk a little bit about what else is changing. Our dues structure. So historically, we've had 2 separate memberships. The Small Business Council had memberships, and the Chamber had memberships. Going forward, there's going to be 1 membership. So for the half of our membership that was Chamber members, they will see that, they're going to see the Small Business Council separate membership go away. They're going to become a Chamber member and be able to participate in all of the activities of the Chamber. For 1 year, those people who were, I'm a little flustered today. They will continue to participate in all the events that the Chamber has. For the rest of our members that belong only to the SBC, the next renewal is going to be done through the Chamber. So they'll become new Chamber members, and for 1 year, the price structure will be at the SBC price level. After 1 year of the price structure, then you go into the Chamber price structure, which we can talk to Kevin afterwards if you have any specific details about your business. So there'll be new opportunities to learn and network. For those members that are new to the Chamber, it means access to a great schedule of programs and events. I encourage you to speak to the representatives from the Chamber here today to learn more about that. Log on to their website and certainly engage in the membership package on your way out today. In closing, the Board of the Small Business Council looks forward to continuing our long-standing tradition of providing services to the small business community, focused around our 4 C's: coaching, celebrating, connecting, and caring. Our efforts will be strengthened through this reintegration with the Chamber, and I thank you all for coming today. After I invite Bob Duffy up to speak to the group here, we will have a brief session of Q&A, so if there's any questions you have, we'd be glad to ask them. If they're specific to dues, we're probably going to have to get back to you on that because it relates to number of employees in your business, but we'll be glad to address every question about those. So now I'm going to invite up Bob to speak to you today. Come on up, Bob.
First of all, I want to thank Greg Miller, Sarah Compter, and the entire SBC board. This is a big move, and I'll go back. I've been here 5 years in the chamber. I can never understand why we were separate organizations. Going back, I remember going to board meetings when I first started, and I think in many ways it's the Rochester way. I think sometimes we have many different organizations doing great things, but sometimes if we can align, we're going to be much stronger. And I've had this discussion in the past. I don't know when the split happened. It predated me, but I think 95% of our members are small businesses. We are not a big business organization. We primarily service our small business members. We have all the big companies, Wegmans, Paychex, Constellation. They're on our board and part of us, but the really big companies often don't need help. They support us, but it's the small businesses that we really are here to exist and support. And I think what this change comes with is an opportunity to really, first of all, to show the kind of support that we will give, because we are here to serve you, to hopefully make this change something that everybody is proud of. Because I'll go back to, with Greg and Sarah and the team, it takes courage to do this. It's a change. It takes leadership to do it. And I really appreciate, especially Greg, who's chairing the board, to take this step, because it's not been done before. And we are committed to making this a huge success. We really are. And for those of our members, I think you know what we do. I'm very proud of our team. They're here. First of all, our membership director is here. I'm not sure if you know Kevin Donahue. He's been here the longest, I think. Actually, Susan George and Kevin have been the longest chamber members. I don't want to age any of them, but I think Kevin and Stephanie Helfer from membership are both here and can answer any questions offline afterwards. We have not raised our dues in my 5 years, so dues have never gone up. But I'll tell you what, our services have gone up probably 100%. So we look at trying to add value to what we do, but we really understand that the dynamics of small business, the challenges. We don't want to put any more financial burdens on people's backs. Susan George is our events leader. To me, a phenomenal job. What she does, the events. We have a couple of big events that, like SBC does, paid events, but for the most part, we provide free events. And if your organization, if you have 20 employees, all 20 employees are members of the chamber, and you come for free. We try not to make money off those. We try to make sure we provide a service, and Susan has been an outstanding leader in that area for a long time, and every year she just gets better and better. And Janie Fisher is in the back, who was on Susan's team now. You know Janie from the SBC. She's been a huge addition to our team, which we really appreciate. Mark Cohen from our team is here. He leads advocacy. We advocate in Rochester, Albany, Washington, and beyond. And if I could say something about advocacy, I spend a big part of my time on the phone or on email. Everything we never go up and do press conferences of what we do. But if we can connect a business to a potential contract, a new customer, if there's a law, a regulation, we don't get up and have press conferences and lob grenades. We very quietly go to Albany, go to our leaders, and try to affect change using data, using the metrics, a good business case, being respectful, but trying to push the envelope. And I'm not going to go through a litany of things that really happened in the last year, but really thanks to people like Mark and the team we have, and really a lot of our business members, we've had a lot of successes in areas we didn't think we would with some of the shifting politics in the state. And what I would say for the SBC and the chamber joining like this, our strength is in numbers. When you go to Albany, if you're representing X number of people and you have the breadth of small business, I think the impact that we will have is going to be a whole lot stronger. And that's why I just disagree when we split and go in different directions. When we align and have a team, it's a much more powerful force. And whatever the issues are that you are facing, there's nothing too big or too small. And I kind of chafe when people say, well, they only care about the big issues. No, we don't. I think we're on the ground with things. I don't care if it's connecting, somebody with another person, We write letters, make phone calls, you name it. We do everything we can to help and support. If your businesses are growing customers, growing revenue, it's a success. If we can get you information, it helps. We have this whole collaboration now called Rock 2025. I won't bore you with all the details, but we are aligning with all of the economic development agencies, city and county and state. And the Rochester way has always been to have all these different organizations kind of operating independently, but maybe not having the impact that we have. We're not joining, we're not consolidating with all these agencies, but we are aligning and working together in a much better fashion, which really shows we're making progress. And one of the things I would just offer is that everything we do, we're going to have available for you. Dan Smith's our communications director. Shan Neely's not here this morning, our marketing director. Phenomenal professionals. We have great in-house talent. You see some of the publications we put out. We don't send out for it. We do it in-house now. We want to support you. We want to promote you. We want to advocate and do what we can. And the most important thing is, with the courage I think that Greg and the board have shown, I want to make sure that this change is not only seamless, but you look at maybe a year down the road and you feel really good about this. And our job is to make sure that whatever your expectations are, I hope they're higher, but if they're whatever they are, we want to exceed those. We are here to serve you. We're here 24/7. If you're ever on our email chains, they start about 4:30 in the morning. We're on emails. We work 7 days a week. I don't care what, if you have a problem somewhere, you call, email, and you have all the contact information, we will be there. But we want to make sure that what we do is we support you. Because I will say this, I've been a big fan of SBC in my last 5 years. I love what you do. I love the corporate social responsibility that you do, the book bags, the food baskets. I think it is great stuff. It's business putting back into the community. I think the SBC has done a phenomenal job with that. We also share that same culture at Chamber. We do the same thing. We want people to volunteer. We have 42 people. We have a great team. And if you don't know that the organization, mentioned we have communications and membership and events and advocacy. We have a great HR leader in Kathy Richmond. If you don't have an HR department, Kathy's one call every day, from surveys and compensation surveys to just advice. My wife's an HR manager. I know the value of having somebody who can bounce things off. She is always there. We also have business lines. We have a number of things going on here. We're just anything we can do to help. And the most important thing for me would be, as this collaboration takes hold, if there are things that you see that we can do better, we can improve upon, or we can start, we want to hear that. It's all about getting better every year. We're trying to evolve. I went to a chamber meeting in Indianapolis this past week with called the Metro Cities Council. Every chamber of commerce in this country is evolving. It can't stay the same. You can't be obsolete. You will be obsolete by staying the same, I think. And we're looking at what can we do. We are trying to, one thing I didn't mention when Shan Neely was here, how to ever get up and talk about it. The future for our chamber, and really the future for your businesses, issues like talent and young professionals. So they are the future. We are immersed. The chamber is the lead regional partner for talent, or with Rock 2025. We had a meeting last night with a person from Philadelphia. We're trying to look for how do we keep these great college graduates here after they graduate, because we lose an awful lot of them. But the other part of it is looking at how do we end up helping you with your talent needs. How do we help you connect to the young professionals? Shannon has a group called Klein. It's not a leadership Rochester, but it's a group trying to grow these young professionals together to hopefully get stronger, build these relationships. We want to be relevant whether you are 21 or 81. We want to make sure that Chamber has something for everybody. So without going into an infomercial, just want to go back, I want to thank SBC for doing this. We are committed to succeeding at this. We really are. As I know the dues thing, I would say for any business here, and I think Kevin has done an extraordinary job in membership. He's got his finger on the pulse with everything. But we work with everybody. I mean, we understand the financial constraints you have. We also understand the things that we do. And I'm proud of the fact we've not raised any prices. I think we probably added a whole lot more value and services without adding one more dime to anybody having to pay for a membership. So I think we're proud of that, and we're committed to helping you be successful. So I'll stop with that. Anything else I'd be redundant, but we're happy about this. We support it. And I just hope that you can get to a point where you understand, if you don't really understand our organization, spend time. We're big on culture. I think anyone on our team would tell you our culture has changed. It has changed dramatically. We've brought people on. We have really gone in some different directions. I work with 42 people. I get asked all the time, do you like what you do? I love what I do. I love coming to work, and we all have choice in life, and you know what? I have choices, you have choices. I love coming to work. I love who I work with every day. I love what they do. They are the consummate professionals. They care about what they do. There's no slugs on this team at all, and I think you'll find that we are there in a way to serve you in a way that I hope you are pretty proud of a year down the road. And you know what, if you decide a year down the road you don't want to be a member, I think that that's your decision. I would hope if you did not want to be a member of the chamber when that time came, you would tell us what it was. If you don't have time, we'll come to you. If it's an issue of finances, come to us and work with Kevin and work with Stephanie. If it's something where maybe you don't see a value, ask us, because sometimes we don't like to, we're not chest thumpers, we don't go out there and have a press conference what we do. We very quietly do things, but I think we do an awful lot that people don't really realize what we do. And I just will close by this. For those that get up and take credit for stuff, we see that a lot. I find if you want to get something done in Albany, Washington, or anyplace else, if you get up and take credit, you probably won't get there the next time around. The door might be closed. You give credit. If somebody helps you, you praise them. We don't get up and tell all the things that we do, but we're pretty proud of what we do. We do it respectfully. We do it based on relationships. We really push things. I think the issue of data and making a business case, you don't make change by calling people names. You make change by really putting the numbers together and making that push. And upstate, we do have some challenges up here economically, but I do think it's getting better. Some small, lately, I think some small gains in jobs. We want wage growth. We want job growth. We want the people, the numbers in poverty coming up. We have some really 5 clear metrics. We want to end up impacting that, and I think we can if we all kind of pull together. So I'm going to bring Greg back up, and we'd love to take any questions that you have.
Thank you, Bob. So just in closing, I just want to thank everybody for supporting our vision. Definitely want to thank the board for support in this. Our vision of one membership, everybody engaging in the great programs of both the SBC and the Chamber. So we can open it up to any questions. You can tell that public speaking wasn't a requirement for me to get this. You know, Bob had to.
In my last laugh, no questions? Okay, meeting over.
Right.
No, if you don't feel like asking publicly, that's great, but maybe zip us an email or reach out to us. We're all here. I think, you know, with Kevin and Stephanie from membership, any question on it, ask them. Susan with events, Mark with advocacy, Dan with communications. Janie, I'll say this. Janie has been your teammate. Janie is a great addition to our team. We're really proud to have her. She's been really added to the culture of the chamber tremendously. So the people, if you don't know somebody, let's make that connection. But we are available anytime. I'd love to have them now, but if you have even a thought, ask us, or maybe just grab somebody after the meeting and maybe ask them. But if you have any concerns, please let us know. If you're upset about something, let us know. But again, leadership matters. It really does. And I really applaud Greg and the board, because this is a big step. And we talked about this years ago. It never went anywhere about trying to do this. But having the courage to take this step, we're committed to make sure that you applaud Greg next year and the whole team and the board for making these decisions, because we want this to be a success. We want you to feel that way too. So
great. All right, well, if there's no questions, we thank everybody for coming today, and we'll see you at our next event.
Thanks, guys. Thank you.